Today we're taking a look at a dress watch. This is one of the best loomed dress watches I have ever reviewed on my channel. It's one of the best loomed watches that is technically a dress watch that I've ever seen. It has more loom than some of the divers that I review on this channel. It's pretty insane. Of course, it's a ZELOS, it's the new Comet. It also gets a beautiful dial. There's texturing, there's a lot of layers to it. Let's flip the camera and take a look at the new ZELOS Comet. So ZELOS, back at it again. Today we're taking a look at the new Comet. This is sort of a dress watch, it's sort of a field watch. I wouldn't call it a sports watch. It only has 50 meters of water resistance, but it's thin. It has sort of a layered dial, which is beautiful. This is the steel blue version. I don't think it's blued steel. However, it does have a blue portion and a gray portion on the dial. Let's just take a look because it is really good looking. So it comes in the new ZELOS packaging, and this is the aluminum box that's sort of gray colored. It has a little flip lock enclosure. Inside you have space for 3 watches. You also have space for straps and things like that. I'm not sure you would actually take this traveling because it is a little bit hard. It's a pretty hard case, but here is the warranty card. So the warranty card that they always give you, the metal warranty card. And here is the watch. So as I said, this is the blue dial, but it gets these really like raised tall indices that are applied to the dial. So it almost adds an extra layer. There's almost 3 layers to this dial. The first layer is that center layer. It's a gray textured area. That's sort of that falcon eye texture that they use on some of their other watches. And then you have a metallic outer ring, and that is in that blue color. Then you have these big, tall indices that are applied. And I'll do close-ups so you can see what I'm talking about. And like I was saying, it sort of looks like a 3rd layer to the dial. ZELOS, and I say this in almost every video that I do when I talk about their watches, constantly improving them, constantly doing a little bit better, and they did a little bit better again. Now, I reviewed the Nova a while ago. That was also a Swiss hand-wound dress watch. I thought it was amazing. This is sort of a combination between that and maybe their higher end watches. Case-wise, it definitely is a little bit different from the Nova, but not incredibly different. And then you get that movement in the back. So the movement is a Sellita movement. It's an SW210, I believe this is. It's basically the SW200 that is hand wound. They didn't sign it. Now, I'm not sure if this is because I got a prototype, but it's not signed. Not a big deal. You do have a screwed-in case back and has all the information on the watch. This comes at a really good price considering the movement and considering that dial. Now that dial is amazing. ZELOS logo there below the 12 o'clock index. That's in a blued steel, and the hands. The hands are what I want to talk about. They've been doing some great things with hands on their watches. And when you get your hands on some of their higher end watches, some of their tourbillons, some of their skeletonized movements that they do in collaboration with Le Jeu Perret, those watches get some really special hands. And I think I sort of described them as like Klingon or something that was inspired by Star Trek. That's sort of what you're getting on this watch. They look fantastic. They're not exactly something that I can describe as an object, but they look like they're sort of a sword from outer space, something like that. Now, are they as fantastic as those other watches that I just mentioned? No, but this watch only costs $529. Big difference in price, but not a huge difference in the quality of these hands. These are blued steel as well. Second hand has an arrow on it. That's blued steel as well. The indices on here, each one of the indexes, the primary indexes and the hashes that you see there, those are in a blue steel as well. I believe these are all heat blued. This looks really very, very good, especially against that light blue background. It just pops. It's super legible, really beautiful. And of course, they're very high, so I suspect that they are deeply filled with lume. We're going to do a lume shot at the end. I think they are. Of course the hands are. Usually ZELOS Lume is what they do very, very well. Now, this does get a date. The date is color matched. It's in between or sort of overlaps the two layers of the dial. I could do without the date, as I say with almost every date that I see on a watch. This is very nicely placed at 6 o'clock. It is color matched, so it doesn't look very bad. I like it. I prefer a dateless watch. This would be great without a date, especially with such a beautiful dial. One of the best dials that I have seen from ZELOS, one of the best dials I have seen in a long time from any micro brand. Let's do measurements. This is a 39 millimeter watch, or that's what it says on their website. So 39 millimeters spot on. It is a thin watch because it is technically a dress watch. You do get only 50 meters of water resistance, but 9.6 millimeters thick. That's including the very boxed sapphire crystal. Lug to lug is a true lug to lug, and that is at around 44.9. So there you go. So almost a 45 millimeter lug width. The crown is a little bit small, 5.6 millimeters, but it's a really nice crown. I'll do close-ups of it. Of course, it is signed, but it's sort of conical shaped, and it's very grippy. It has grooves in it. It's really a very good looking crown, and you can see the case shape here. Sort of reminds me of the Nova, sort of reminds me of a few of other watches that came out from ZELOS that I have featured here. Polishing, brushing, everything is finished very nicely on this watch. You get a Horween leather strap. This is, I believe, a US made Horween leather strap. It's signed ZELOS, and then of course you get the ZELOS buckle, which is a really nice buckle. Big tang buckle, signed, and it's milled. Very solid buckle on here as well. I'm impressed. I am really impressed with this watch, and it seems like almost every ZELOS that I am getting in recently, I have been very impressed by, and it will give any Seiko dial a run for its money. Any dial they can make under $600, nearing $500, is only $529. That is the truth. Very quickly, let me throw it on my wrist, show you the watch I have on, and then we're gonna do a lume shot because this does get lume. So today, I have on a brand new acquisition for myself. This is a Cartier. This is the Cartier ADLC Santos in large. So this is a large watch, and they call it a large, but it's actually 39 millimeters, basically the exact same size as the watch we're about to look at, but because this is a sort of tonneau-shaped tank case, it does wear larger than, a 40 millimeter watch. This is on the rubber strap. It comes with a rubber strap and it comes with the bracelet, and the bracelet is stainless steel. The rubber strap is a classic rubber strap, but you have rivets in it which look awesome, and it makes it almost look like a black strap, DLC strap that's made out of stainless steel, but it's not. It's rubber. But I gotta tell you, this, for the price, is an insanely beautiful watch. I mean, it's hard to really justify the fact that this is a $7,800 watch and this is a $529 watch. It really does boggle the mind. This is a pretty awesome watch for the money. That they can do this watch for this price is insane. Look at that. It's really thin to the wrist. It fits beautifully on my 7.5 inch wrist. It's a 39 millimeter watch, spot on, 44.9, basically 45 millimeter lug to lug. And it's just under 10 millimeters thick. That's why it wears so thin to the wrist. Beautiful. It really is beautiful. And that under 10 millimeter thickness, that 9.6 millimeter thickness, does include that box sapphire crystal. Has AR coating, all that good stuff. I believe you get X1C1 on the dial, or it might be BGW9. But if I'm wrong, I will throw a comment down in the description below. But let's quickly do a lume shot, wrap up the video. So this is the best lumed dress watch I think I have ever featured on my channel, hands down. Exactly what I said in the beginning of this video. Those indices are big, they're deep, they're filled with lume, completely filled with lume. So you could see it's very bright and very crisp. And you also have that minute track that is around the perimeter of the dial, sort of I guess it's a railroad track, minute track. That is all lumed as well. Hands very liberally applied with lume. They did a great job. I mean, ZELOS obviously do a great job with Lume. They do a great job with bezel action, things like that, offering you really good value for money. $529. If you went to Seiko, you're getting a Hardlex crystal on a Presage. If you want something anywhere near this from Seiko, you're spending thousands of dollars. Probably maybe $1,000, maybe $2,000. This is sick. This is really, really nice. I really don't have many complaints about it. The only thing I can complain about is that the movement isn't signed and the date is kind of, you know, annoying to me, but I think a lot of people want a date. And obviously that's why they put the date on here. I think that the dial would look so much better without a date. I'm not sure if they actually offer a dateless version of this, but you know, it's a dress watch. People want a date. It's a crowd pleaser type thing more than anything else. So there you go. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. Obviously, I am impressed by this. I'm impressed by ZELOS. Every time I get one of their watches, I am impressed. And here we go again. I'm impressed with this. So tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog, all one word. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video. But before we go, Lume hanging on really well. I'm telling you, this is probably the best Lumed dress watch I have ever featured on this channel. And actually I have the Cartier here. This is supposed to have pretty good lume. Let's check that out. I don't think it will be as good as this ZELOS, because the ZELOS is $529. The Cartier, $7,800. Do I need to say anything else? Listen, I just spent $7,800 on this watch, so I mean, it's incredible. Incredible. This is really, really nicely loomed. Anyway, there you go. Thanks for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.